Hey. This is a message to all of you so-called black Americans from your ancestors. As you can tell, look around. We are fed up and we are here to fight with you. But the first call is upon you. Black is a color. You have never been a color. You are indigenous. Take on this call to action now. We will no longer be called black this or black that. I don't care what you're trying to sell, who you trying to impress. You are indigenous to these lands. This is our time. From this day forward, never dress yourself as a black again. And if anyone calls upon you as that, look at them like they have shit on them. Because you are indigenous to these lands. These are our lands, and we're coming back.
Airing in London on their news channel.
Let me explain. The current American education states African Americans were brought to America as slaves from Africa, which is simply not true. They are American indigenous, not descendants of Africans. As they say, the truth is stranger than fiction. Although this fact isn't spoken of openly, it's not a secret. However, with programming such as Roots, 12 Years a Slave, The African American Story, and The Book of Negroes, is it any wonder why so many African Americans are confused? We won't address all the misleading DNA tests being provided to connect African Americans to Africa. So, the argument is, do they continue identifying as African Americans, which is a fake identity for them, or embrace being identified as indigenous Americans?
Are there any consequences of choosing one identity over the other?
William, that's a good question. According to African Americans Ain't Africans Facebook forum, identifying as African American is to quietly relinquish ancestral connections to America. Connections that go back hundreds.
So they out here telling everybody else the truth, but not y'all. But we are trying to help y'all, and y'all don't believe us. This is our history we're talking about, our lineage. We're trying to help y'all put the pieces to y'all puzzle.
It's the hottest topic on the internet. Now that the age closed, the great era of disclosure is here. And we telling everybody exactly what's going on. And they kind of see it, but they kind of don't. So, the awakening, as they call it, is when enough of us is aware that it causes a sudden paradigm shift. This is all that's talked about on the internet right now. Who we are. It's the hottest topic on the internet. Now, it's everywhere you look. The gig is up. Trick no good. The grand illusion has been seen through. We see the goofy behind the curtain now.
You lying ass bitch.
We not falling for it. The gig is up. The fraud is exposed. Stay out the people way and let them clean up the land. That's all they doing. You got to first enforce the Constitution in order to get the people back what's rightfully theirs. Yeah.
Lee just came to me and said, enforce the Constitution. What you got on that, right? Enforce the Constitution.
That's what Trump doing. You got to first enforce the Constitution in order to get the people back what's rightfully theirs. You got to take it from corporate to republic. And it plays out in the political satire as the elephant stomping the donkey. And so if the elephant is our watchdog, it's going to tear something up at the end. We at the end. Something getting tore up. We got the liquidator in chief liquidating the corporation. So it's being enforced, right? And then we're going to have a whole new constitutional convention because we need a new governing instrument for the people based on more equitable principles and clearer determinations of the powers of government. Because the government that went teetotally insane, at least the fraudulent government has. some of the stuff that they doing to people now, it's totally uncalled for, irrational, and it doesn't make sense unless they are occupying foreign agency trying to control the people on the land by imposing the foreign culture on the people in the land. We got our own culture. We don't need nobody.
Used to sell us for the goods, yeah. Black people, we ain't just black people, yeah. I bet they want us gone for good. They used to sell us for the goods, yeah. Cause we just black people, yeah. It's people sinning every day, it ain't just black people, yeah. We ain't just black people, yeah. I bet they want us gone for good. They used to sell us for the goods, yeah. Cause we just black people, yeah. It's people killing every day, it ain't just black people. Gone, changed and it just stay the same. Another black man slain, I know exactly what a place to blame. I just get the black people.
There ain't no such thing as a fucking Mexican. They're Hispanic and Indian. That's how them fuckers came about.
Yeah.
All bullshit to the side. There ain't no such thing as a Mexican. There's a Mexican country. And they didn't even name it Mexico. The dumbasses. Spain named it New Spain. And they won that big city from Montezuma in that first fight. Cortez. And they named it Mexico City.
Yeah.
Dumbasses. Spain named that Mexico City, and that's all.
Their last names, Rodriguez, Gonzalez, Martinez.
They came from Spain.
That's not Mexican last names. Tell them, Mo.
No, they're Hispanic.
Fuck them up. It's
all them but Guatemalans.
So they got European last names and not knowing it.
European last names? You know why?
Spain is European.
You know why?
Why?
Because they're a bunch of damn dumb Mexicans.
Has anyone else noticed that the melanin deficient have quite literally aligned themselves with the devil, biblically speaking? Think about it. They've taken the Bible and Christianity as a whole, knowingly corrupted it, took it around the globe, indoctrinating and fear-mongering people into doing their bidding under the guise of being good Christians or good followers of Christ and not going to hell. And they're still using that tactic now. The Bible says that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy, does it not? What all have they done? They've stolen everything. They've stolen land, people, money, credit for other people's work, finite resources. Right now, they're actively stealing history by rewriting it and whitewashing it and eradicating anything that paints them in a negative light. Yet they've convinced the masses that petty theft and looting is worse than the atrocities they've committed. And even more audaciously, they've made black people the face of crime in this country. They've killed millions of people in some of the most heinous ways, and they're actively defending the extermination of a certain group of people right now. They're destroying the planet, burning the Amazon, which are the lungs of the earth, killing us off to make more money. And then they go to the pulpit on Sunday and preach about how the love of money is the root of all evil. But look at what you've done. You play into those systems every single day. Those systems of marginalization and oppression, you play into them every day. They will preach that and then come up with another way to harm us for profit. Look at the systems that have been created due to greed. For-profit prison systems, this murderous healthcare system, predatory credit systems. Homelessness is being created because it's now being criminalized. So if you're homeless, it basically translates to slave labor. Because if you're homeless, you go to a homeless shelter, there's no room, they're going to kick you out. If you're on the streets homeless, which is now a crime in a lot of places, you're going to go to jail, where you're going to be forced to do free labor, slave labor. They'll say all of these things and then stand on these type of principles. And then so many of us still look at them as symbols of success. I don't look at them and aspire to be anything that they are or have anything that they have because I know how they've come to acquire it. And y'all, this may be a little harsh, but it's time for everybody to grow the fuck up. Religious principles are keeping us back. And I'm not saying that everything in the Bible is wrong. There's certain things that I apply. But there are certain tenets of that faith that I'm not going to apply to my life because they don't resonate with me. When it comes to helping the poor, loving people, not judging people, you know, the actual teachings of Christ, absolutely. But anything meant to hold me back or make me feel like I'm less than, I'm not keeping that. And we got to get real about that. Look at the way that the stories are set up. You're telling me that I, as a female, a giver of life, came from the rib of a man? That's a way to make you think that you came second when you didn't. Women are the givers of life. Female is the default. Right. Every mammal, including humans, in their embryonic stage begin as female. They may develop into male later, but female is the default. So how did you create me if I'm the reproductive blueprint? It's not true. And we got to stop believing stuff just because we've been told this since we were a child. If it defies your sense of logic and reasoning, throw it out. And I've always been able to do that. That's why deconstructing wasn't hard for me. As soon as something doesn't make sense, I can throw it away. That's how it's supposed to be, because that creates balance. Now, religious people will tell you that you're being lukewarm, but that's another tactic to make you push yourself into religious extremism, which isn't healthy either. You need to be able to think critically. Religion does not push that. It wants you to do the opposite. And you got to stop falling for that. Like I said, you don't have to throw away every single thing, but there are certain things that don't resonate and shouldn't resonate because they're false. Look at the story of Adam and Eve. The reason that misogyny and patriarchy are perpetuated and run rampant in this country is because of principles and stories like this. You're telling me that God gave Adam a specific order. Eve gave him the fruit of the tree that he wasn't supposed to eat from. He ate it knowing he wasn't supposed to, and now we all live in a world of sin. Women go through unbearable childbirths and labor pains because they're being punished. Punished for what? Adam's decision. So they've been holding us accountable for the actions of men forever. And those stories set that precedent. And so many women will peddle these stories, and I don't understand that. You're peddling your own oppression. They have reduced you to basically childbearer and slave. And you guys are okay with that. It's time to start thinking for ourselves, y'all. I understand that it's hard to break those shackles, but you have to. You don't have to throw out God. You don't have to throw out Christ. But throw out anything that's going to keep you in bondage. That's where we need to be, and we all should be on the same page with that. Too many of us have been conditioned to just take things in that aren't true. I've seen people on here battling or debating creationism and evolution as if both are backed by empirical evidence when only one is. The other is basically folklore. But they're arguing, and you can see the cognitive dissonance just whipping their ass because they just can't bring themselves to believe that they've been taught something that wasn't true. We're too old for that, y'all. We're too grown to be following things like that when we know better. So we have to do better, period. That's just what it is. And like I said, I don't know how people can look to these people, see the things that they've acquired, see it as abundance when you know how they've come to acquire it. Nothing about what they have or the way they got it makes me want it in that same way. And it's hard for me to want to share a faith with people who I know don't give a damn about me until they need me to be on their side. Is that not what we've been seeing our entire lives? We got to get it together, y'all. Anything that doesn't make sense, throw it out. You're not being lukewarm, you're being balanced, and that's where we need to be.
That had a seed after its kind. In the beginning, we were frugivores, and most of your religious books tell you what we ate. We ate fruits and vegetables that had a seed after its kind. That's what we ate. That was our food. Then when you see the destruction of man came is when we started eating meat. Once we came up out of paradise, or once we came up out of this beautiful simulation that we was living in before death and corruption and destruction entered the world. Our original diet is a frugivore, highly electromagnetic diet. This just shows you that the supreme diet to all human beings and mankind is the high frugivore and vegetable diet. Some people just need it on the daily, who I would call melanated people, and then you got the other species of people that need it too. They have to come and do the same diet we eat to heal. They have to drink the same juices that we drink to heal, showing you that the diet that I've been pushing for 10 years is the superior diet, family. It's the superior diet. The only reason why I'm going live and talking about this is just to show y'all, if you truly want to heal yourself, if you truly want to detoxify yourself, you have to get off the meat. And if you can't get off the meat, cut your meat, more than in half, and then you will start seeing yourself feel better, and maybe that will give you the motivation to quit it all together. Proteins are bad for us. Yes, the body is made of proteins, but if we talking about two different proteins, I'm talking about amino acid structures. I am not talking about this made up myth protein that we have to eat that they're talking about, and that is meat consumption. Every meat that you're supposed to eat, go to a vegetable source to get their protein. Why do we as a people feel that we need to eat the meat, that eat the grass, and they eat all of the other vegetation to get our protein when they get their protein from the grass? They get it from earth. Why can't we just bypass the animals and eat what they eat to get the same protein? If you really think about what we doing, it don't make no sense at all. And you are eating animals. These animals break down, become electron stillers and not electron donors, which create an acidic metabolic state inside of your body. And the animal that you ate end up eating you. You kill the animal and eat the animal end up decomposing inside your body, eating you alive and killing you. That's the cycle, and we're not even seeing it. But blood work is showing this, biochemistry is showing this, microbiology is showing this. Everything that we're doing in this clinic is proving the point that I've been speaking about for 10 years. So if you want to heal, If you want to heal, if you have a degenerative type of condition, make sure that you stop eating animals' flesh and see animals' flesh. And that's all I'm saying, family. In the beginning, we were food.
Get in there. Did you hear the news? Get in here, get in here, get in. Hey, get in here. Get in here. Did you hear the news? Did you hear the news? So, thousands of peoples got deported to, what they say, Africa, right? And I know you're like, oh, he's not an African. Nope. Well, we put a hex and we told Jesus, for everybody kept disrespecting American Indians, send them to Africa, Lord. And our prayers have been answered. We told you stop messing with the Trojan Indians. We not African. So now, Trump sending everybody to Africa, the one that called us Africans and said we came from Africa. We kept telling you we're not African. We never came from Africa. We are the indigenous peoples of North America. So now, as y'all punishment, y'all getting sent to Africa. So when y'all come back, y'all call African American. Now, don't apologize, but we're going to give you a care package on your way to Africa. And send us back a purse card and let us know how you're doing in Africa. Let us know how you're doing in Africa. But what do you need in your care package on your way to Africa? Because thousands of y'all is getting deported to Africa. We can't get deported. We still gonna be here enjoying our fabulous life that we built and our ancestors built. But this is your punishment for telling us to go to a place we never been. So now you going to Africa. Get in here, get in here, get in.